We left chilly Lima behind in a tin can with wings and windows so scratched it felt like we were flying through a cataract. But if you squinted past a few decades of scratches in the window pane, there it was. The Amazon. A brown river carving its way through otherwise eternal green, like someone dragged a muddy finger through the rainforest. And then, Iquitos, my favorite jungle city in the world. Somehow chaotic and yet laid back at the same time, like a heat-stroke dream that never quite wakes up. The ride in from the airport is all potholes and banana trees, with the occasional tuk-tuk cutting across lanes like it owns the road. Which, honestly, I guess it kind of does. We felt right at home in Iquitos. The tuk-tuk chaos, the crumbling colonial architecture, and the warm weight of the tropical air. Iquitos is technically in the Amazon, but it's still a city. Just one where the moths are the size of your hand and are probably carnivorous. So, take care. On Michelle's birthday, we took a day trip to the Isla de los Monos, Monkey Island, where a small primate decided that Michelle was now part of the troop and snuggled in accordingly. We even managed to track down some birthday cake that night, which, in a city literally surrounded by the jungle, felt like a minor miracle.
We like Iquitos.
When it was finally time to leave Iquitos and head into the Amazon proper, we booked a 4-day, 3-night trip with Alpacayo Adventures. Links in the description. First leg, a 2-hour drive to the riverside town of Nauta. We rolled past the edge of the city, traded in concrete for banana trees, and slowly watched the jungle start to close in. It was like watching civilization exhale. Then came the tuk-tuks.
So we took a car about 2 hours from Iquitos, so we're in Nauta now. And our car pulled into, I don't know, a little space where there's lots of other cars. And we got out of the car and we loaded into a tuk-tuk. And I guess we're probably going to head to the boat on the tuk-tuk. Maybe.
The road ends high above the water, and from there, it's all gravity and guesswork. The stairs were ambitious, built from equal parts wood, wire, and hope. It was low water season, so the river had receded, leaving us to do a bit of mountaineering before we could even board our boat. There's nothing like starting your journey with a test of balance across a stretch of boot-sucking, ankle-deep mystery water. I made it. Michelle made it. Feet dry, dignity intact. At the dock, boats were crammed in like fish in a market basket. One guy was bailing water out of the bottom of his boat with what looked like a hacked-up soda bottle. Sure hope that's not our boat. Thankfully, this was our boat, complete with a thatched roof, cushioned benches, and the whole vibe of you're about to have a life-changing 4 days. And as we pulled out into the Amazon, the actual Amazon, I was giddy. Giddy like a kid on Christmas morning who also happens to be coated in a fine layer of bug spray.
Just a minute ago, I actually spotted a dolphin, a river dolphin here on the Amazon. Just quick, it was gray, its just back came up, so I saw its dorsal fin.
Soon we turned off the main river and onto a tributary. Narrower, quieter, wilder. A guide stood on the bow watching for sandbars and tree stumps like some kind of jungle gondolier. And just like that, we were in it. No more cities, No more roads, just water, trees, and whatever was watching us from behind the leaves. We finally arrived at our lodge, and as soon as we could throw our gear into our huts, we were back out on the river.
So we cruised down our little tributary river for a while. We saw a bunch of birds. No monkeys, no sloths, but it's nice just to be on the river. Now we are headed back down the tributary to the Amazon, where we're gonna go and look for dolphins. So we've been at this spot, kind of just sat here. It's around sundown right now. We came to see dolphins, and we saw a lot of dolphins. Saw some pink dolphins, some gray dolphins. Even had one that jumped out of the water, and I got a picture of it, so we'll see how the picture turns out. But we had a great evening here. Lots of dolphins. Is Michelle ready for the night hike? She's got boots so she can find all the mud.
Yeah, I can find all the mud.
We can all find all the mud?
Yeah.
Mud? We are ready for the mud. Bring on the mud.
So, the lodge had a pet tarantula. Not officially, but he hung out in the hammock room like he paid rent. One night, I actually touched his leg. He ran off like I was trying to sign him up for a pyramid scheme. But I guess I can't blame him. We stepped into the dark. Flashlights on, courage holding out. For now, anyway. Night hikes in the Amazon are not gentle moonlit strolls. They're more along the lines of, "What was that? And why is it glowing?" In the space of about 10 minutes, we met several species that I'd rather not meet without boots and a flashlight. There were also moments of levity, like this possum staring at us like we were the ones being weird. But then there were also the web-level spiders. You learn real fast to look up, because nothing says life reset like walking face first into a spiderweb strung across the jungle like a tripwire. Just ask me how I know. Ugh. And then the lights went out. Not literally, but filming stopped and the forest took over. Just listen. Good night. Day 2 started with a noble goal: to catch and possibly devour a piranha.
Hook, it has a piece of wire. You know why? Because piranha, this is like a toast bread for piranha, especially for piranhas, because catfish is going to swallow the bait. And another thing is, when they bite, any nibble, you feel it, just pull it up, because you need to hook it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Give it like a little jerk.
The little jerk, yeah. Like that.
We got to work. Lines in the water, bait on the hook, confidence, well, slowly sinking.
Well, we fished for a while in one spot, but it turned out that those fish, they were way too smart for us, so we're moving to a different spot to try there.
Fortunately, the local experts had better luck. Turns out piranhas can be caught, just not by us. Michelle did land a catfish, small, determined, possibly embarrassed to be seen with us. And let's be clear, piranhas, they're just fish, but fish with a mouthful of steak knives. After all that not catching piranhas, it was hammock time. Just make sure before you lie down that the resident tarantula hasn't already claimed your spot. Jungle squatters have 8 legs and 0 remorse. Once again, we ventured into the jungle. Still sleepy, still a bit sweaty, still hoping we didn't walk face first into a spiderweb. Almost immediately, we spotted a woolly monkey overhead, wandering casually in the trees like a little jungle overlord, just living his best monkey life. The trees out here don't just grow, they loom. Ancient, massive, gnarled things. These aren't just big trees, they are the VIPs of the jungle. And well, you're just an intern standing in their shadow. And then we struck jungle gold, a pygmy marmoset, one of my all-time favorite animals. Smaller than a squirrel, hair poofed out like a jungle dandelion, and clearly more adorable than any creature has the right to be. This shot's a little blurry. It was late, and apparently my camera had already decided it was bedtime. But if you squint past the blur, you'll see something amazing. A tiny monkey sucking sap from the side of a tree like it's a maple bar. These little guys flit from spot to spot, nibbling on tree sap, mostly ignoring us as if to say, I am busy being small and magnificent, human. Kindly carry on. Another day, another hike, another set of tiny miracles. And just like that, day 2 melted into the jungle.